It's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Now they'll run it on the toss, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early. But I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Lynch. To the right side, it's Kelsey. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, Lynch. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
All right, here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They go play action now. Lynch. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, it's Lynch. And he fires one that's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
They go play action here on first down, and that'll be incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Mariota. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. That catch good for 5. It's third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it's Chiefs football. First and 10. And out come the Chiefs now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you. A huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down at the 44-yard line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Lynch looking to throw on second. Now they go screen. It's complete. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
So on fourth down, here's a punter, Jeff Locke, to kick it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. McCaffrey. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on third down.
Pass situation.
Now Mariota. Hard throw, incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at about the 14. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Let's go.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
No. Check. Patriot.
On second down, here's Lynch. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Go. Back 99. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
Now it's Lynch. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They come out here in the eye. Following the interception here, Mariota. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jake Butt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And now Lynch. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go.
Here's Lynch. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Now
it's Lynch. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Chris Jones in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. End zone. Mariota finds Jake Butt over the middle, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, Mariota. A quick hitter complete. It's Henderson. He will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43.
Oftentimes, guys who do a really nice job on the wide receiver screen plays are really good punt returners. It's the same skill. Make the first guy miss and then pick up your blocking and get downfield. Nice gain on that play.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Play action now. Mariota forced out to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. A first down throw for Mariota. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And he knocks it through. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate pick.
It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. First down, Mariota. And pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Shift together here from the D-line. Mariota now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Brandon, this is an example of good defense here. He's got nobody open down the field, so he does the right thing and tries to check it down to his running back out of the backfield. But a lot of times, you just expect the safety valve to be open. And here, that's not the case, and it turns into an interception.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
All right, here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, it's Lynch. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got him. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
We got 3.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Throwing here, Lynch on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. 2nd and 10 now. It's Lynch. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney.
3rd and 2. Now Lynch. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go now.
And they'll indeed go for it with Lynch. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And down to the 36-yard line here. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Fresh set of downs here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Mariota
on first down. That is caught at the 7. A very solid gain of 27. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, it's Lynch. He's going to float this one deep right side. Breaks through the cut, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Mariota now to throw on first down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Henderson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Second down, Mariota. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. A first update now from Cincinnati. And the Steelers have scored yet again, really opening that one up. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And some space here. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 98 yards. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 10 yards still left on second down. Here's Lynch. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that takes us from second to third down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Lynch to throw. He's got the hook up with Conley. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but, boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
The punter lock out there now as he sends it away. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. A second down throw here for Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Now they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go. Come
on, capitalize on this one.
All right, here we go.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Watch it now.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
All right, here we go.
Now Lynch. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 7th. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll bring it back to the 5-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. 30, the 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Philip Dorsett, 84 yards, and the Broncos add on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
On second down, here's Lynch. Caught here by Conley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Second down, Lynch. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. There he goes inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it second down. Mariota now on second down. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. To throw Mariota. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Marcus Mariota. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos continue to pour it on.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled. And wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 32-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Who?
You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And And this is incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. That'll bring up second down.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't do that right now.
No, you can't do that at all. And I think one of the hardest things for a guy having a day like this one is to find a way to just kind of get out of it, kind of get yourself back to neutral. Because what you try and do is make even more spectacular plays to make up for it, and it usually leads to more bad ones.
On third down, Mariota. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Second down now after the incompletion. From the gun, Mariota. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Flushed out right. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll throw again. Mariota. And able to find Dorsett. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 19 yards there on the pickup. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. A first down throw for Mariota. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Reggie Ragland coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Now a second down throw for Mariota. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chris Jones. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw is Lynch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Play action. Now Lynch. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now here's another interception. Brendan Langley picks it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Following the interception here, Mariota. Dancing to his left. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Throwing is Mariota. Flush to his right. Room past the 20. And all the way up to the 49. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. First down, Mariota. His throw here's incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And an alley to run. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, fifth defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And he's got room. And there he goes again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They run the counter now on first down. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
All right, here we go. Over.
Lynch looking to throw on second. He's going to air one out. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Chiefs on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is third down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Lynch. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Travis Kelsey, past the 20, 10. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now a handoff looking right. A big hit. Knocked out sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. To throw on second down, Lynch. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Brandon Marshall. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. Lynch now, work to do, certainly after that sack. This is third and long.
Here we go now.
Now it's Lynch. And somewhat of a measure of revenge
as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I just remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
But that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. And some room to roam now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Mariota finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Here's Mariota. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Throwing here, Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed and they're showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Denver, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.